Welcome to the month of September. Wow, it's been a long August, a long vacation and holiday period throughout the month of August. So some of us have been in different boot camps. Did your teenager attend a boot camp in August, whether physical or virtual boot camp? How was your experience? So welcome. It's a new month and it's back to school month. In the month of September, for us in the academy, we will be focusing on the subjects of academic excellence and academic success. Yes, those two things mean different things entirely. So it's back to school season. How is your teenager preparing for school? And what are you doing to get them ready for the school year? In this video, I'm going to quickly share with you 5 very important conversations that you should be focusing on with your teenager in the month of September as we get into the session. And again, we'll get into more details in the Thrive Mentorship Program for this month. So, what do you, as a parent, and what do the students need to know and apply in September? This is the month where we set the tone for the school year because academic success is about results. Academic excellence is about the character that produces the results. But success or excellence is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So the school year is something that you have to focus on in a long-term basis. I find that a lot of times we want to do quick, sharp work when it comes to academics, and it doesn't ever work. The first thing you want to focus on for this new season as we prepare to go back to school is the vision and the goal for this school year. What is our vision for the new year? What is our goals for the new year? Like I said, the school year is not a sprint; it's a marathon, and so we have to intentionally focus on those things that we need to do, those things that we need to achieve to help us win on the long run. And in this case, there are 2 kinds of goals you should be setting with your teenager, with your child for the new year. One of them is, of course, the academic goals of how many A's we want to have, how many B's or whatever the metrics you are using to set your goals. Those are academic goals. But also, very importantly, is that we need to set personal growth goals, development goals on a personal level. And what do I mean by that? Because whereas your academic goal is, I want to make 10 A's, if there is a self-esteem problem, if there is a confidence problem, if there is a communication problem, it's going to affect that goal. If that child cannot raise their hand in class and ask questions to be able to learn and understand, if they cannot make contributions to class discussions, that is a personal growth problem, but it is going to impact on the academic goals that you're setting. So as we set goals for the new year, as we set goals for the session, we need to both pay attention to academic results, which is where I talk about academic success, and the character that forms the foundation for developing or achieving the results that you're setting. So that's the first place you want to pay attention to: the goals for the year, the vision for the year, not just about this term or what we are going to do for the very soon. Now we start hearing Ember month has come and all of those things that we talk about. If your child is only focusing on between September to December, that's a short-term way to plan for academic success. The second idea I want to bring to your attention is the idea of building strong routines and time discipline. Strong routines and time discipline. Whether we are going to have success at the end of the term or at the end of this new class that we have entered is going to depend greatly on what daily habits we are able to develop, because daily habits is what shape results more than raw talent, more than raw skills. John Maxwell puts it in this way. He says that every man's future can be seen in their daily routines. So what are the daily routines that we need to start developing? What are the daily routines? Because the long holiday has left us in a lag. There's such a thing as summer slump, which is losing your habits, losing those disciplines that you built in the last school year. We have had 1 week for some persons, rather 1 month, for some persons 6 weeks and more of holidays. A lot of young people have lost the discipline and the routines that they had in the previous school year, which is what the boot camps would have helped you to sustain and to manage. But here we are, it's a new school year, it's a new term. What are the habits we need to begin to form from today, September 1st, to help us go into the year and achieve the kind of success that we want to achieve? Morning routines, evening routines, weekly timetables, weekly schedules, weekends, and all of that. Tech boundaries that you need to set, because we have relaxed our tech rules over the holidays. We watched more TV, we did more gaming, we did more internet, and all of that. So here in the new year, strong routines and time disciplines that will help us achieve the kind of success we want to achieve should be part of your back to school plan. back to school plan number 3 is a character issue. Character and responsibility. Good grades without good character is failure in disguise. The fact that I can pass an exam without the requisite character to sustain that success is failure in disguise, because anybody can do some form of exam or practice and get a result. You can even begin to prepare for special center for those who need special centers to pass and then get a result. But good grades without excellence undergirding it is going to produce somebody that just has good grades and will never be able to maximize what comes with it. So are there integrity things that we need to learn? Are there areas where we need to begin to take responsibility from day one? Responsibility for homework, responsibility for assignments, responsibility for study and revision of our study plans and exercises. If your child learns early and starts to practice very early to take responsibility for their assignments, for their deadlines without excuses, you will be preparing for success on time, and you'll be avoiding the troubles that are most likely going to come up later down the line in the term and in the year. So this is the time to build back and remind ourselves of the character and the responsibility that we require for success. How about the resilience that is required? Preparing to navigate failure, to navigate success. So in a few weeks, we're going to have continuous assessment tests. How are we preparing ahead of time? How are we preparing for any kind of setback? How to learn from those setbacks, those mistakes, and bounce back very quickly for the year. These are key issues you need to put in your back to school plan, aside from all the other things that we always plan about around logistics and all of that. Number 4 is the mindset that produces success. Because again, school is not just about grades. School is about building a mind and preparing for life. So the mindset of curiosity, the mindset of learning, the mindset to pursue understanding beyond just cramming notes and pouring out the same notes, regurgitating information as a means of academic success. What do we need to do to build a growth mindset that puts in the effort, puts in the work on a consistent basis? And like I talked about failure in number 3, learning to use mistakes as feedback, not as identity labels. Okay, so that is the 4th thing that you need to put in place. Practicing excellence over perfection is something that you need to put in place as we prepare to go back to school. Number 5, and this is where I'm going to stop. I think there's a number 6, but number 5 is about building support systems. This is the time that you want to start to build the support systems that support growth, support learning, and support academic success. Support systems around mentors, support system as parents, support systems as teachers, support systems as even the friends and relationships that your teenager or your child is keeping. All of these systems determine, and they have a role to play in whether your child is going to become a successful student at the end of this school year or not. You know, there's a young boy that we worked with recently who is a boarding student and was struggling with their academics. And the only thing we needed to do as intervention was to intervene in the kind of support system he had in school. And the moment we worked with the parents to sort that out, we saw a change in the outcome. So support systems are things you need to put in your back to school plan. Who are the mentors and how will we relate to them? Who are the teachers and how will we relate to them? And as parents, what kind of support and in the family level does your child need for academic success? What kind of relationship, friendships, and peer groups do they need to be able to achieve the kind of success that they expect to, the goals that we have set? So you need to pay attention to that as a very key factor for success in this new year. Building relationship with teachers, building relationship with friends, choosing the right kind of friends for where they want to go, and having some sort of accountability system for their learning and development. The 6th part is something about identity, but my time is up, and that is what I want to say to you as we get into the month of September. Welcome to this month. Welcome back as we plan to go back to school. For those in the academy, these are the subjects we're going to be breaking down. For 30 days this month of September, we're going to be looking at practical tasks and tools that will help us achieve not just academic success, but academic excellence. So this is Teen Success Academy, and I'd like to welcome you to join us we have open registration for 2026. So the mentorship program for 2026 is beginning a new intake this month. So you can send us a message, check the description of this video to find details on how to join us, and we will be glad to have you on board. We have a number of tools and resources that you can also avail yourself. But hey, welcome here. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with someone who needs it, and I will see you in the next one.